is main show number 2 on the TRC podcast. And here I've got with me, Dane, once again. I've got Anthony.
How's it going, guys?
And I've got Levi.
Hey, hey!
All right, guys. So, let's just get right into it.
Well, first we're in my office just hanging out. We got kicked out of the conference room this time because of some highly confidential discussions that were going to be going on in there. So
sorry, you guys don't get to hear that.
They didn't want it ending up on the podcast. So we're in my office hanging out. But we basically wanted to go over some of the fun stuff that we experienced because of the new podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to have enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I think we had something like almost 1,000 downloads in the last week just putting it out there.
Thank you, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's
awesome.
That's going to be fun to continue. We have a bunch of offices up here, and we were thinking that we'd probably turn one of them that's empty into a little studio so we can actually go in and work and have it quiet, and it doesn't have windows where we hear
construction outside
stuff,
or the cycle shop that's a little ways down there.
Dirt bikes
all day long.
Yeah. So, somewhere where we can, add some fun, make a little soundproof room and go from there. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we've got basically a list of topics we're going to be going through and just kind of chatting about and kind of going over some extra new stuff and fun stuff that we've been working on, things we've been thinking about. One of the great things is it's going to cool off this week, which is awesome because we didn't have AC last week in our building.
And we felt it.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony and Dane, so much, your office all summer hasn't had AC.
We've been suffering for quite some time.
So all the videos you've seen, I've been editing under duress, and so has Anthony there.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that we have like 2 supercomputers generating enough heat, like all of the heat, and so we're just sweating in our office all day long.
Yeah, the computers are literally insane.
Yeah.
You don't close the door in the office unless you're insane. So
Yeah. So they've had fans and our poor team downstairs doing fulfillment. The front of the building has been air conditioned top and bottom
because we care about our customers. Yeah. Yes.
But the back half that is connected to the building still, the back half. So we have 4 air conditioning units, basically one for each zone, and the 2 back zones, upper and lower, both went out. So we think the lower one had been out the whole time. We just thought it didn't work very well. We used fans because there was still kind of a weird breeze in the rooms, and you could feel kind of cool, but it didn't really do a lot.
It's a big building. It's a cool building, but it is not a new building. So sometimes stuff breaks. You just accept that and you fix it.
And the building's still new enough to us to where we're still finding little quirks about it.
Yeah.
Every night. We haven't found any bodies yet.
Like,
but I mean, not
yet.
We've
been here a little over a year. I think we would have found them if they were there, but you never know.
You never know. We haven't dug deep enough. But
no Jimmy Hoffa yet.
Yeah, so we're still finding things out. But I mean, we kind of assumed that maybe our vents in our particular office weren't plugged in or they weren't working. And then finally, when the AC guy came out, he just told us that some wires were frayed, and he just replaced the entire setup in both air conditioning units. And then, lo and behold,
one was a wire. It literally was just a wire.
It was a frayed wire.
He said they screwed the plate back on, and it had caused the wire to fray where it was pinched, and then over time it arced. Now remember, we've been in this building for about a year, but this building has been abandoned for 3 years.
3 or 4 years before we got it. Nobody had taken it.
So who's not to say how long that had been like that, and we kicked it on and it worked for maybe a week or 2 and then it shorted out. But
we worked our butts off to make this building a nice place.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't have to buy any new air conditioning units. We only had to fix a couple parts on the ones we had. And then mine has been great all summer. It was awesome because this winter, but in the winter I didn't have heat back here. In my office, so the back half upper had no heat, and so it was very cold.
I had slippers to work.
Yeah, I had brought a electric blanket to work that I had bought for my wife for Christmas. I brought that to work and plugged it in, and I just sat on I draped it over my chair, and I sat on that.
We're not making ourselves sound very good.
Yeah. He's like, you guys are the biggest microfiber company in the world. It's like, we are, but we put all of our money back into the microfiber. And so, I mean, we don't care too much about us.
But what we found out was when we were demoing a lot of stuff in the building to build new stuff, apparently there was a little shanty that they had built.
Oh,
It kills
yeah.
me. Like, whenever you tell me this,
There was a-
shanty.
So in our warehouse, when we first got this place, there was a shanty in the warehouse
Mm-hmm.
that they had built really poorly, hodgepodge little shed.
It was this
a
little
crude,
makeshift
yeah.
hut in the middle of the warehouse because the warehouse is big. It's big.
15,000 square feet.
And
It's
then we
huge.
got more going up across the parking lot, so we're adding to it. But anyway, there's this little hut that was there on the concrete floor that they just they put up some walls. They gave it like these like afterthought type windows on it, and then they took
ran
the
a duct
ducting
from upstairs here. They just built a unit off of the main duct and ran it like a stovepipe straight to the top.
Very crudely.
and it's like 30, 40 feet long, and
Yeah.
it just kind of right
Like
down into that
elephant
hut.
trunk down
so
into the hut.
It heated up the hut, and so that way, when in the winter when they were pulling orders, this used to be like a flooring company or something.
Yeah.
They would go in the hut, and that way the warehouse manager, whatever, could like do work orders and things like that in the comfort of some warm heat.
I just
and
picture
there's-
like a hut where somebody goes ice fishing, on
Yeah,
a lake or
it
something
was
like that.
that-
It's like that kind of
It
hut.
was not very big,
No.
and
Yeah.
so anyway, when we demoed that, none of us realized that we had forgot to cap that heating duct, so it heated the warehouse for a little while and not heating this back half of the building.
I
So
want to talk about the bill too. The bill probably
Yeah.
was a little high during those months.
yeah,
but,
so when we learned that, we were like, oh my gosh! But like I said, this is a new building to us, so we're still learning where all the breaker box panels are. We're finding new ones randomly.
True.
This building has lots of fun little weird afterthoughts.
But it's got good
improvements.
bones. That's the most
It
important
does.
thing.
But it's
like,
huge and it's
they're
fun,
weird bones,
so-
but the good bones.
Yeah, so needless to say, heating the beginning of the year, AC this summer, and just in time, it's cooling off. We're going to be in the 80s this week, which is going to be
Yep.
really nice. So we're going to get back out and shoot some action videos,
Yeah.
or action shots, some photos to update the website on some of the new products that
Yep.
we have.
There's some new stuff
Um,
coming in.
We need to get those for Amazon, stuff like that. So,
Well, this will be going out on Tuesday, and we're recording this on Monday. So by the time this comes out, I think these should be live on the site. We got we got new waffle weaves coming in.
Yeah.
Standard waffle weaves. So it's Chinese made, but it's going to be 16 by 24. And these ones are going to be a really good kind of cost-effective waffle weave for somebody who just wants to get a whole bunch of them. But they still work really great. Like if you've used our other, standard
our
waffle
standard
weaves,
waffles,
they are
which is a light
really
blue 16 by
effective.
16. We just
Mhm.
came out with a couple months ago. That one's just a phenomenal little waffle weave towel. And then our 22 by 40 large white waffle with the black overlock stitch.
That one got pretty popular with people.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great towel. It's very good for the price and quality. It's an amazing drying towel. Similar to our Dry Me a River series with the white, navy, and light blue, we wanted to create that in our standard waffle, which is the smaller squared waffle.
Yeah, that's how you tell them apart. They got the smaller pockets.
Yep. So we wanted to create the same color family in that sense, so that there's still a royal, a light blue, and a white.
Yeah, some people call it navy. Some people call it royal. I think.
navy sounds
yeah,
better.
navy
It's
sounds
a
better. But
prettier blue.
you get the idea. It's the dark blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be out, which is awesome. So we've got that. So those of you that like the 1624s, but you really like the smaller waffle square pattern
Which
and price.
Some people prefer like Ivan, right?
Yeah.
Like Ivan loves
Oh.
the white standard waffle,
Totally,
like the
yeah.
big one, and that was like his go-to towel when he's like, "Can I
Yeah.
have a drying towel?" And we're like, "Which one do you want?" He's like, "I want this white standard." And we're like, "Well, you mean the Korean?" He's like, "No, I want the white standard." Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he
So-
loved it.
Yep. And
Yeah.
a lot of people do. It's just a good all-purpose drying towel.
They're tough too. Like they
and they're
hold up to
absorbent.
They're
abuse.
super absorbent, super
Even though they're
tough,
only
and-
80/20, they are very.
Well,
very
and I like that
absorbent,
you can
so.
fold. I fold mine so many times over to where I pretty much just have like a thick pillow that I'm
Yeah.
drying
Yeah.
with, and I flip it over and I change sides. I mean, I use all 8 of my different sides of how I fold it, and it just keeps absorbing more and more and more. And and they're cheap enough to where I have a couple of them,
Yeah,
for one car, and I have no problem drying the entire thing.
Yeah, and we used them at Hawks for just our normal daily drying towel. They were inexpensive, but they were hardy, so they were very strong and they lasted for a lot of washes and
That's something you want in a
could
shop.
do a good work.
Yeah.
And they were cheap enough that I could buy a bunch of them to have them, so we always had a bunch. And then for like our high-end maintenance washes, we use Pluffles. But yeah, so anyway, so now the 1624 waffle, for those of you that love that size, we've got that new product.
Go
so
take a peek. It should be in the new
that's
products.
cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our last week. How was your week, Levi?
It was good, man.
What did you do? Did you do anything exciting?
No,
nothing. Too
I literally
exciting.
had to catch up on work. I felt like because I've been gone for so long. I literally
fishing emails.
It was I was going through. I had so many emails I had to go through and respond to. I had orders that people had sent in that I had kind of held off on to some of our people overseas. Just so that I could do it when I got back. So it was, I had a laundry list of things that I needed to get done. Same as you guys with videos. I mean, Dane
you
was,
guys heard last week's show. We were busting. We had so much stuff we had to do as far as the last few weeks are concerned, just places we were going. And, the stuff here doesn't go away. It's still here.
No, you still come back to
You got
it.
something you're coming back to. There's lots of comments on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff. You got to catch up. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we were doing this week. But
this morning I've been going through our, if you emailed info@theragcompany.com, I've been just replying to emails this morning.
And we have multiple people who respond to that.
Yeah, there's about 4 of us that go through and just hit all those emails
we get
every morning.
so many, though, that, Levi chips in, too, on those.
But we get about 100 every morning. And we have to go through and answer them. So, it's been crazy. But
And I will segue for a second. Sometimes questions as simple as, do you guys ship to Canada? Or something like that, right? So that's one thing. I want to bring it up again. I know we brought it up last week, but we have a Distributors page on our website. So theragcompany.com/distributors. And when you go there, or you can click the distributors button, it basically tells you where we're located as far as other distributors go. So if you're in Canada, you got a few options.
Yep.
And if you're in the UK, you got some. And we have Europe, the Rag Company Europe. They cover a lot of bases, so they're kind of like sort of a catch-all.
Yeah. Well, and with their website, the way they've designed it is it's specific to each country.
Yeah.
So if let's say you're in France and you're ordering from their website, they sell in euros, but they'll also include all the VAT and taxes and all that stuff in the price of the towel. So you're not having to pay extra.
No surprises.
Yeah,
That's
there's no
always
surprises in that. And so a lot of people, we get comments and emails is, wow, your Rag Company Europe is more expensive than Rag Company US. Well,
it's like, yes,
because we live in Boise, Idaho, and if you're in France and you want to buy some towels, we have to ship them to you.
The shipping cost looks like a lot, but that's not even the whole story.
No.
When it gets to you, you may have to pay
taxes, duties,
VAT,
customs, all that stuff
other stuff
on top of that.
You don't see. In other places, they don't even advertise that. They just let you find it out for yourself a lot of times.
That
sucks.
And the same with Canada. There are taxes and duties up there too, and we have to ship stuff up there. So we found it best to work with just work with our distributors because they try and make sure everything is covered. And TRC Europe has done a really, really great job making sure that all that stuff's covered for you guys so that if you're listening to this over in Europe, you can buy our products. And if you're in Canada, we've got 3 different distributors in Canada. Same thing. They want to pay they pay for all the taxes, duties, all that stuff. So yes, our products do go up in price, but that's because someone's got to pay it.
And it takes the edge off for you. In the grand scheme of things, you're paying less than you would otherwise trying to get it from us directly and get it across the border. We're trying to do you a favor by having these distributors carry it so that they're already in your neighborhood, essentially.
Right. Now, the cheapest way to buy our products is to walk into our store.
Yep.
So those of you that are in,
So if you're in Zimbabwe, hit your plane up here.
If you're in Russia or you're in, northern Canada, come on down to Boise, Idaho, and
You can talk to us.
5430 West State Street.
Yep.
We're right across from the Lake Harbor, all that
Yep.
stuff. So
Bring like an extra suitcase, or
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
like a carry-on. Buy a ton of towels, and and just,
You laugh, but we have had people do that.
No,
Yep.
yeah, no,
Just
we have.
in
we
the
have.
last little while here.
Yep.
Was a fella from Tennessee?
Yep, we
was
had a
it?
guy from
Yeah.
Tennessee come in, and he bought some towels, and his wife was here for a conference.
He
and
originally he had no plans to come here. His wife was going on like a business trip or something.
she was
and
coming for a conference in Boise. And
He
she
heard
goes,
Boise.
Yeah, when he heard Boise, he was like, the rag company's located there. So he bought a plane ticket
Yep.
to come with his wife just so he could come to the rag company. So
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're crazy for thinking something like that, don't feel crazy. Other
No.
people have already
Yeah.
done it.
So-
Yeah, and we give you a tour too. So like
Yeah.
all those people that come out of their way to check out the place, like I said, which isn't uncommon. We give you a complete tour of the building, kind of show you where we film things, show you, how meticulous the towel picking process is when we're going through and packing older orders.
Because a lot of
and
people
folding
can't
towels.
appreciate the amount of work that these guys put into
No,
the
it's-
packing and the sorting.
Yeah.
And
You have to
making
see
sure that
it.
the
It's
quality is really
crazy.
there. Once you've seen them actually do it, you'll realize that when we get guests who come on, they're like, I just saw your operation. It's amazing what those guys do. Well, when you see it for yourself, you really understand. They do. They really put all their energy into making sure that what you're getting is quality. So
yeah.
Our standard is so high that it would almost bother. It might bother some people, if they were to see somebody with a towel that maybe had a stitch out of place, and we just grab that towel and set it aside because it wasn't good enough, and somebody might be like, well, it's just one stitch, and we're like, well, yeah, that one stitch makes a difference.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have to keep things in mind like that, but. Other than that, though, videos. So I've been pumping out a lot of videos onto YouTube.
Anthony has been working tirelessly
yes,
to
I'm
get
in-
A
these.
lot of the Air Force One
Air Force
videos.
One detox.
So,
Yeah, so if you guys want to check those out, I know, they may seem repetitive, but everybody has a different story, which
Yep.
is the coolest part about that series. We didn't put a ton of production into those because we were kind of on the fly, shooting on site, but each one of those detailers that we pulled for those detox, each one of them had just an awesome story of how they got there, how they got into detailing. Diana, for example, she's what, in her 50s?
She's early retirement age.
Early retirement age, yeah.
She decided to start.
Yeah.
She decided to early retire from the government. She had a government pension job or whatever, and so she was able to get her pension, and then she decided to start a
detailing
shop.
business.
Yeah, out of her garage, and so just a phenomenal woman, amazing detailer,
And as you guys know, that's not easy
sweetheart.
work. That's not
Yeah.
something most people would look. Yeah, I'm gonna retire. So what do I want to do? Backbreaking work sounds awesome. I'm gonna go do that.
No, she's
Yeah.
she's laying on her back, holding a polisher over her head, detailing the belly of a plane, and it was
It's
really
awesome. Yeah.
It was really cool to see that, but. Everybody else we pulled on for that series was a lot of fun, but we finally got the last episode of that whole series out. So now we're going to start focusing on getting a ton. We have so many other detox films.
Yeah.
And we have so many. I don't even know where to
60,
start.
70?
Yeah,
70
he's got a
something.
ton still
And
with
so
Dylan,
in-
a ton with Rennie, a ton with David Patterson still.
Lots and lots. Yep.
And we're kind of in this hard. Well, I want to say this hard crossroad here, but we want to get these detox out for a lot of the people that love watching them, but we also don't want to be a complete pure detox channel. A lot of people know us for our tutorials and know us for a lot of our other videos. So
Yeah,
we're
Levi.
gonna start getting some more of those other tutorials out because we do have those as well. It's just it kind of comes down to editing, and like some of you know or some of you don't know, really our creative team is me and Dane when it comes to doing videos. So
That's it.
That's it. So if one of us isn't there for the day, we're at 50% production for those videos. So like I said, we kind of joke around. We say that's probably the next position we may need, but in all seriousness, it probably will be the next position we'll need is another editor, something down that road. But I think it's been pretty cool. But speaking of,
Dane had family in town this week.
Yeah, Dane had
Yeah,
family in
we have
town.
family. My
They got to
dad's
see
side
the
of the family.
operation.
His sisters came in and we gave them a tour. Normally when they come into town, it's like a once a year thing, so it's kind of a big deal. when they come in. But yeah, it was fun to show them the business here at the building because I hadn't had a chance to see it before. So
it was funny. One of your
here's
aunts,
so much about it.
One of your aunts knew who I was. The other one had no idea who I was. And your dad laughed and said, "What? That's because," he goes, "you failed the quiz. You should have been watching the channel, and you should have been."
Whoops.
So he was excited to kind of let them know that they weren't doing their due diligence, but.
Yeah, no, but so I'm trying to think. So upcoming events that we have going on here in the next, couple weeks. One thing we're excited for. So the Sunset GT, we're actually not going to be there,
but we are sponsoring.
But we are sponsoring the event. Okay.
So
that's with O'Gara Coach. So if any of you ever heard of O'Gara, they've got a private jet firm, I think, as well as the car.
I got a few things going on.
Yeah,
for sure.
They got to do some nice things.
It's high end. They got stuff. They sell all kinds of
special dealerships in Beverly
cars.
Hills, La Jolla, all that stuff. But yeah, they cover the very nice, exclusive sorts of vehicles you may be interested in. They were up there at Sun Valley, and they brought the
Zagato,
Lamborghini Aventador S, V12 Zagato, and Aston Martin DB11 for this year's. And then next year we hear there's going to be some awesome stuff too. So.
Yeah, so check out the Sunset GT. I think you can just Google that.
Yeah, and I believe it's the Sunset GT Rally because they have the Sunset GT, which is kind of like their Cars and Coffee. They're kind of doing their own version of it. And if you look at a lot of Car Spotter channels on YouTube, you'll probably see footage from it. It's a cool looking event. So yeah, if you haven't already, go check that out. But as far as videos go for us and stuff like that, we want to get more tutorials and how-to videos out there showing Levi doing what he does best.
Well, yeah, and like we said, now it's starting to cool off again. We're able to go outside and do this stuff or use the warehouse and have the doors open and things like that. It just for a little bit here. There's always about 3 weeks in
where
Boise.
You could almost confuse us for Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's just insanely hot. And it's dry, so it's not like it's a big deal, but it's, when it's 110 outside, you don't really want to go out and try and shoot a video to watch something or play with
whatever
something.
Product you put on that paint's just gonna...
Yeah, so we can get back down to where we were, we're going to be getting back down into the, low 90s, high 80s, or mid 80s. We should be pretty good to do that kind of stuff again. And like I said, it's just like a 3-week window. It's the beauty of Boise. We do get all 4 seasons, so we get to kind of have some fun, but we always know that there is an end point.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to shoot some more videos, things like that, the demo stuff.
Because we know you guys like detox, but we want to give you those tutorials and how-tos. It's just, frankly, between detox and the how-tos and stuff, the how-tos require a lot more time investment to the editing aspects because you're getting multiple angles, doing all that business, and it's not, recorded simultaneously in one fell swoop because there's a lot of, different segments. So it does require a little more work, so that's why you don't see as many of those as you see detox.
Well, and we need to because we've got a lot of new products and we need to demo them so people, one, know what they're good for, why you use them, but also, just there's more information on our channel, on our Amazon site, all that stuff, so people can.
And on that note, have you guys seen the new Smittens? Those are.
I've seen the new Smittens.
No, I don't mean you. I mean our.
I was going to say I work here, so yes.
I know they can't talk back to us right now.
I
but
the fabric.
Have you guys seen the new Smittens? Because those are awesome.
So we have a glass smitten and a drying smitten, as we call it. The glass smitten is made of our Korean Dry Me a River waffle weave on one side, and on the other, the FTW twist loop fabric. Mm-hmm. And then it's all sealed up in a nice suede border all the way around. Now, if you're like me and you hate doing windows, that's why we developed this product. Originally was for glass. And I just absolutely love it. It's one of my new favorites, and it's probably the only thing I'm going to use for glass from here on out.
Makes sense to me.
So you pair that with the FTW glass towel, and you got an awesome combo. And then with the drying mitt, we used Pluffle on one, and on the other side, Twistress. And the cool part about it is on this drying mitt, it's actually double Pluffle. So it's 2 Pluffle towels stitched into it. So it's almost 1,000 GSM of Pluffle on one side.
So you got to use a pluffle, but then you also just got to have your hand up against the pluffle
On another
the whole time,
pluffle, yeah.
which,
So it
frankly,
gives
it's
you,
real nice. So,
so it's pretty dope. And then again, suede, 70-30 suede all the way around. And that we kind of say you can use for anything. So you can use it as like, instead of using like a 16 by 16 extra towel when you're drying to kind of go through and just touch up your last spots, you can use this drying mitt. Or you can use the drying mitt with after you've dried the car down with a big towel or a couple towels. You can use the dry mitt with your favorite quick detailer spray or spray sealants.
Makes
or,
quick work or whatever you do.
and just use that as your final wipe down.
It's easier than folding a towel all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and this way you can just kind of get everything wiped and kind of final wipe with everything. So
And you won't drag anything on the ground.
that's the biggest key, is you're not going to drop it, because we all know when you get those big 2040s, you're trying to fold them up, and sometimes that one corner hits the dirt. And
Don't get us wrong,
it's
2040s are
frustrating.
awesome, but at the same time, when you're bending over and you're like 2 inches above the ground and you're working underneath a low car, that's not necessarily the towel you want to be using.
Right. So yeah, so we got that stuff, and then so check out the Smitten Mittens. So we've been calling them. That's cute.
We might have just called them that because we really want people to say that they're smitten with them. So, yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so social media talk. That's something we should bring up. We've been doing this promotion for a long time. I mean, years. And we got it here on Facebook. It's Free Swag Fridays, because we get a lot of people asking, hey, why don't you send me free stuff? Which
the time,
we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about Free Swag Fridays.
This is how you win free stuff from us.
Yeah. This is how you get free stuff.
So, Anthony, why don't you walk them through it?
So, Free Swag Fridays, we've been doing it for a while. Basically what it is, it's on our Facebook. It has to do with, you'll see us posting it, and all you have to do is just you comment and you share the post. It's really, really simple just to be entered.
Yeah, comment, and share.
Like, comment, share. Super simple. At the end of the day, what we do, we grab all those names, basically copy them into an Excel sheet, and we have it pick a random winner. So we know that it's going to be fair each time. But with that said, though, we've actually had it to where the same people
sometimes
have won.
the same people win, and that's just how random works. I mean, that's what happens. So
we can't say no to them, and they're just as surprised because they're like, I just won, 7 months ago, and we're like, well, you won again. So.
But it's because they're being active on it, and they're sharing, they're liking, they hit it every Friday.
If you don't take the 10 seconds to do those things, you're not even going to be in the running. Yeah. So it's really easy. And
I'll go downstairs and look at people's orders and help the team down there. And whenever I go down, there's always one or two orders that said, I won Free Swag Friday 2 years ago. Loved your towels ever since then.
Oh yeah.
And they're placing an order.
And they're always sometimes they treat it like a sample almost. When they get it, they're like, no.
Yeah.
Now I know what that is, so I either want that or I want something like that.
And we always try to change it up. It's
random as far as what you
get. We'll throw in shirt, we'll throw in fender defenders, but we always give you a selection of towels. Mm-hmm. So you always get a random set of towels. So you don't just get one thing, you get many things. It's actually a pretty fun pack to get.
It's like a little mini sampler. So it's free stuff.
Yeah. So you might get like one of our new high-end towels. You might get a couple more utility towels.
You might even get a prototype.
Yeah, you can even get a prototype, which we've done that once or twice before in the past. And so, it's a really cool, little way to kind of get your name out there and actually win something. And so we try to kind of get everybody to enter as much as possible because you will win, and eventually you'll win. I feel pretty confident in saying that. Yeah. And it's not one of those things where people, they comment and they say, "Oh, I never win these type of things," and it's funny because like a week later they win those type of things.
Yeah, you'll see people come in and they'll like try and be a sad sack about it in hopes that they get picked or something. It's like, dude, it's random. So if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, don't be upset because you literally only put 10 seconds into making sure that you just made yourself eligible. So. Not hard.
Exactly.
But get in on that action.
Okay, going on from that, let's actually talk about other social media platforms. So Instagram.
Yeah.
So Instagram has been something that we've been really trying to grow lately. We feel like it's a really awesome tool. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, Instagram's just, I almost want to say it might be bigger than Facebook or
It's-
almost as big.
It's kind of its own beast. It has some elements of Twitter in that anybody can see anything for the most part, unless it's like marked private or whatever. But it opens you up to a different world audience than like Facebook would, because Facebook is built more around communities and like relatives
and you
to
can't,
each
I mean,
other.
you can't see, like, for example, you can't see somebody's Facebook, everything on their Facebook wall, because most of the time people have their settings set to private, whereas Instagram, if you have it set to public, it's a little bit different, and people love pictures, and it's one of those social media platforms to where it kind of benefits us too, because people get to visually see the towel, and then we can put videos up on there as well, short little clippets, but we get a lot of messages all the time on Instagram, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I don't mind answering questions on Instagram, but we have been getting a lot of requests about sponsorships. So,
well, and this is mostly you, because you've been taking over our Instagram for the most part. So
yeah.
It's mostly been Anthony here dealing with, all the attention and the messages that come in, and that's great. We love the interaction, but at the same time, you start to notice patterns.
Yeah. And so we get a lot of sponsorship requests. We get a lot of people just asking about towels, and I'll give them complete, full answers on how to use towels, or if they're detailing questions. I have no problem answering that all day.
Happy to help.
We get probably, I don't know, maybe 10 requests for sponsorships a day, and that's kind of one of those those areas to where we kind of have to address, certain situations accordingly, and we can't say yes to everyone, because that's just not how it works. If we say yes to one person, another person says, "Oh, you sponsored my friend. You also sponsored my friend." And to be honest, we don't really do sponsorships. That's not something we actually do. We do a lot of charity things.
And
like that.
It's stuff that's for charity, or it's a large event that we believe is somehow beneficial to us as a business to be a part of, because at the end of the day, we're a business. We care about people. We absolutely want to help people grow their businesses and stuff. But if you're not even willing to purchase a product first, to at least put a little skin in the game.
Okay, those are the ones that kill me. Okay, I gotta be honest. I'm just gonna rant for a second here.
We're just getting real here.
It's the people that just bluntly ask for free stuff, or they'll say
they don't even ask politely. They're like, "No, hey, send me free stuff."
They're like, "Hey, I don't buy anything without a sample. Here's my address." And I'm like, "Well, we're not trying to, we're not pushing product on you. We're not trying to sell you on something." You're messaging us, which is what we think is funny. And no, we don't.
Out of the blue, no less. They didn't even butter you up first. They were just like, hey, send me stuff.
Exactly. And I'm like, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, okay, what are you gonna reach out to some major car company and say, hey, I really like that new GT350. I'm gonna need you to send me one of those.
Yeah.
That's
hey, Ford.
Yeah, obviously the price is a little bit different, but that's just kind of an unreasonable request by anybody's standards.
Yeah, and I don't know, if you're trying to, it's like if you have a friend who's, even selling something, maybe, let's not even say it's like towels, let's say you're a detailer and you're selling your services. Having someone ask to just, let me try it out first and see if I like it.
Or hey, come detail my car for free and maybe we'll talk.
Yeah, and let's see what you can do. That's a hard thing to do, because you can't, so I would give out a free detail to a prospective wholesale customer.
Yeah, if you're going to have
because I wanted to show them my work.
Regular, large-scale business.
So for a dealership, I would say, let me do one for free just to show you what I can do to a car.
And that's different, because that is like B2B. That's business.
And I wouldn't do paint correction or any of that kind of stuff. I would just get it clean and according to what I was going to charge them. That way I could see, and then we could decide, because they could go well, this wasn't done right, or this wasn't done to what I'd like it to, and then you can adjust your pricing from there. But that gave you a good baseline. Well, that doesn't translate to towels.
No,
people
it's
go
physical
product. People go, give me some free towels so I can try your stuff. Well, how about this? Our towels are cheap enough, and we do have very good pricing on our towels.
Yes.
And we do have kits now
yes.
that have a very good sampling of just about everything we've got.
And the individual towels are discounted further from their normal individual cells, because they're part of a kit.
Right. So you could buy one of, say, our silver kit, our gold kit, or hell, even our platinum kit, and get a good baseline to work from because you've got one of everything basically in the platinum kit almost.
And it's like all the premium stuff too. It's
all the high-end stuff.
Really nice high-end stuff.
Yeah, and you can play with those towels and then you can see. And you can go like, I really like this. I love the 1100, or
Yeah.
I really like the 1100, but I don't like the long nap. But man, that 800 just fits that sweet spot. Or
Yeah.
I love the Wizard. It's a lot lighter than the Eagle. This gets you a baseline of products that you can then pull from.
Right.
Then you know, like, man, I really like this one. Then after you've gone in and bought a pack and shown that goodwill and said, you know, man, I really love the 800s. I want to buy 2 cases worth,
Mm-hmm.
and can you throw in something for free or something like that?
That's the thing. Like
That
sometimes
that we can
Yeah.
work with because of the fact that you're willing to take the step with us.
because
You're
it
willing
shows
to
you're
purchase-
serious.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, guys. If you're asking for $20 worth of free product, and yet you've never even spent $20 with
And
us,
might I
period,
might
Or
I
may not
point
plan
out
on
and
it?
not
I mean,
plan on,
yeah.
and
I
you're
want
telling
those-
us you're not going to plan on spending $20 with us, like. Really, we need to give you $20 worth of free stuff?
I want
Like,
that free product, but in addition to the cost coming from us, just to even facilitate giving any kind of free product, we're also paying for the shipping on top of
we're
that,
paying
all
for
these
the
other
labor of
things.
pulling the products.
Yeah,
and-
somebody's got to go pull that. I mean, it may seem like it's a small thing, but when you're talking about the way everything operates, any little deviation
Yeah.
like that costs. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. But again, guys, if you're placing orders and say you're friends of ours or you're active on our Facebook page and our detox, and you're a purchaser of ours and you buy from us, and you message one of us, or we come across your order, we'll throw in free stuff, extra. We don't have a problem doing that because we like helping out those that want to continue to help us. But what we're saying is, if you're just going to be that person that has never purchased from us
Right.
and just straight up comes in and asks for free stuff or asks to be a sponsored detailer when we don't even know who you are, you're not active on our Facebook page, you're not active on Detox, on Wash Wednesdays, any of our Facebook groups, or on our YouTube channel, we can't help you. We don't
And
know who you
that
are.
That is not being elitist. That's not
No.
being,
Yeah,
it's just
I'm better than
ask-
and
that's-
nothing like that.
it goes-
It's just very basic common sense
goes-
kind of approach.
Yeah, and it goes
Yeah.
right back to the detailers and the guys that are in the trenches working. It's that same customer that comes up and goes, I'm going to get you so much business, you should give me a discount.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
That's
Yeah.
cool. And
You
then,
know?
sure enough, half the time somebody like that does that, and then nothing
I had
comes of it. Yeah.
and a lot of detailers fall into this trap. There's a lot of guys that do. They go, okay, I'll give you a discount, and then that person never shows back up.
Yeah.
I had a detailer that did that where he was a ex-detailer, old detailer. He called me and said, hey, buddy, I got this girl. She's an old customer of mine. She's coming in. She needs to get her car done. She wants it for $150, blah, 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 blah. I said, whoa, that's a wholesale price. I don't even know her. And he goes, but bro, she's going to bring you like 15 cars. She's got a ton of cars. And I told her you could do them all for $150. Because that's what I used to do it for. And I said,
Yeah.
well, you used
That's
to
your first
do
problem.
you used to do them for that.
Uh-huh.
I don't do cars for that.
Not
I don't do
anymore.
people that I don't know for that. Like, that doesn't fly. So then he brought her in. She showed up. She showed me her car. She said, I got 16 cars. I'm gonna get you so much business. And I said, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna charge you $350 for this first car, and I will charge you accordingly for each car based on their size. And then on the last car, we'll take all that into account.
And
And
we'll
on
go,
the
hey,
last car,
you brought a lot of cars.
I'll probably just give you the last car free. But until then, you pay full retail. And maybe if we get to a spot where you're bringing them in and maybe we're doing 5 or 6 a week for you, like, sweet, that'd be great. Because then, I can cover my expenses for my business and my employees and everything that I have, all my overhead. And then, after we've gotten 15 cars done, 16th and 17th, maybe those are the free ones.
Yeah.
But I do it after I've received those first 15 cars and you've paid cash for every single one of those cars. So she said, oh, all right, okay. She got that first car done. We detailed it. She paid me my $350, and then I never saw her again.
Yeah.
And she never showed back up.
I gotta
And
find
then-
somebody else to swindle.
Then she called that guy because he was like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Why haven't you brought your cars? And she goes, well, you said I'd get it for $150. I would have done all my cars for $150. Well, I'm not going to do all those cars for $150.
No.
She had quad cab, 3/4 ton, long bed pickups. You know, I'm not going to do that size of a vehicle for $150.
Somebody
That's
who's
not me.
committed and really is genuine
Yeah.
about that sort of thing, they will come back and they will do that and they will put in that honest effort and they'll understand when you give them terms like that.
Yeah.
Because they know it's something that if in your shoes, they were in your shoes, they would do the same thing because they're still giving you a sort of deal. They are.
Yeah, and it's
but
like,
it requires commitment on your part.
exactly. And it's that doing to others as you would have them doing to you, or I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like, we got to have
But if you're offering free
there's
back
gotta
scratches
be-
all the time, your hands are going to fall off and
Right.
you'll run out of business because you won't be able to scratch any more back.
and no one's scratching your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not getting anything out of it. And so the key is to just try and be cool and be nice and be good as to what you want to get out of somebody or another customer or another, client. And, if you can create a symbiotic relationship that benefits both of you, then awesome. I have customers that I would run a deal where I'd go, hey, if you can get me 3 customers to bring their cars to me, 3 referrals, and they mention you by name, and you have 1 calendar year to do it, I'll give you a free detail. Because I wanted to track all my customers. I made a little card up, and I gave it to all my customers. Well, you know what? Who won those? I had 3 customers that always were the ones that pushed me super hard. But you know what? They were also my customers that came in every 3 months to get their cars detailed. And they were also the same customers that I would get hundreds of referrals from because that's who they were. They were just a sweetheart of a person, and they liked me and they liked my work and they liked my shop so much that they would come and get their cars cleaned anyway every 3 months. They weren't trying to do it, to not see me for the whole year. They would still come in and pay, and then because of the extra work they were doing, they would get a free detail because I would get those customers' names. And I remember I called them and said, you already got it. We haven't even had it open a month, and you're already done. Your first one's free. And she started laughing, was like, no. She goes, save it for the next year. I'll see, sign me up for 2 months from now, and I'll be in and I'll get it done then. And you can do the free one at the end of the year. And so I still got 3 paid details out of her before I gave her another free one. So it's the customers that want to back you 100%. Those are the customers that we want to back. So
because we do, we care and we respect.
We're the same way.
Part of that respect is also understanding that if you don't demonstrate respect back, then what?
Yeah.
Why would we ever want to give somebody free stuff who's just looking for a quick, fix, and then they disappear, and it's like, great, what benefit
Well, and it
was
goes
there?
back. And it goes back.
Well,
to
I'm gonna leave a
online.
lot of positive reviews, and I'm
Right.
gonna tell a lot of people, great.
Well,
but-
and so like online, we've got Matt Mormon is one of our largest U.S. distributors.
Obsessed Garage on YouTube,
Right,
and a
and
great podcast.
yeah, and he sells our products for one. 2, he has purchased quite a number of our products over the years and used them and liked them. So when he came to us and said, hey, I'd like to be a distributor of the products, I want to use, some stuff, but I kind of want to know the whole line. We went back and looked at his purchasing, progress and said, oh, well.
He's been ordering from us
he's
for
been-
years
he's been
before
buying
he
for a
was
long
ever,
time.
his YouTube channel, stuff like that. He was ordering our towels long before that, and he knew what he liked, but he was interested in trying some other stuff because he may want to potentially offer it to his customers.
But then he also made a commitment to us that he was going to be purchasing this amount and has stuck with that.
And he is a guy of his word.
Yeah.
He really did.
So when I send him free samples of stuff, it's because he spends so much certain amount with us because he's selling those towels and he's become a distributor and he's
earned
this
that
towel
privilege.
and he's earning that privilege. Yeah. And then we've got, we've got guys all over the country that do this too, that help us out in certain ways, whether it be testing or procedures. But I vet everybody that we send that stuff to. I want to know every single thing about them and their company. I know their background. I know what they're good at, what they're, how they work. And so those are people that I will send. So, we don't have any sponsored detailers. I think I was the closest thing to a sponsored detailer And I think I spent about $3,000 or $4,000 with you guys.
Well, now
before-
it's really sponsored because we employ them. So.
Yeah, but when I had my shop, I bought a ton of towels, enough so because everybody saw in my shop I had that very large logo.
Absolutely.
I paid for that logo. They didn't give it to me for free. They just said I could use the rights for it.
I know, we're so mean, right?
Yeah. But I paid for that logo. The only thing I did get for free was a banner from you guys. And
Which, by the way, I should be designing new ones for people.
Right.
I hear a lot of people want some. So.
Yeah, so we're going to make a new banner setup so that people can buy them and you can purchase it on the site. We've got shirts and hats on the site, too, that are very reasonably priced.
Very reasonably.
Yeah, so you can wear TRC stuff and rep us, send pictures when you're out and about in your gear, and text it to us, email it to us. Who knows? We'll put you on Instagram and Facebook, and
just if you post it on
you know.
Instagram or Twitter, you just hashtag ragswag.
Yeah.
People love that.
Yeah, and we like that stuff, and we like people participating. And the key is to participate with us and be part of this group and be part of,
we notice the people who do that.
Yeah, we're very active on social media, guys. The three of us here in the room, that's what we do. That's literally what we watch and check on all day.
We will pop onto your pictures and we'll like them if you tag us on them.
Yeah,
So,
but the key is to participate.
Yeah.
If you're not going to participate, how are we supposed to participate with you? It can't be a one-way street. It has to be a two-way street. And so,
well, there's too many other things going on to be able to go down all these different paths if there's no reciprocation.
Yeah,
So.
and if you're ever interested, you can totally always email me, levi@theragcompany.com.
Reach out. Yeah.
I have had guys that have taken the time to send an email, to take the time to draft up a really nice email, write it to me, ask the questions that they have or concerns that they have about certain products, and then I respond to them. And that's half of it. If you're going to take the time to talk to me, I'm going to take the time to write back because I feel it's necessary. And that kind of stuff I can help anybody out with.
Right, and I'll put a cap on that whole thing just about I don't know about the product unless I have it in my hands kind of thing. There are so many unbiased reviews out there now for all of our products. You can look around and find, some people, hey, you know what? Some people like them, some people don't. That's totally fine. But hopefully when you find it, they give the reasons why, and then you can understand and you can, put your 2 cents in and figure out, well, okay, I don't have that particular concern, or I do like what that person's saying about that, so I do want to be a part of whatever that is.
Yeah.
So, just go out there. Look, we really do. We post all the reviews we get on our products onto the site, so you'll just see mountains of them for these different, products and kits and stuff.
And our kits, guys, we've got our silver kit that has, 6, 8, 10 pieces in it, and it's $28.95. And if you spend over $49, it's free shipping. And we have discounts on top of that. So
there's a whole discounts page.
So you can even buy a gold kit and get it for free shipping for $58. And there's a discount on there too, a discount code that'll give you $5 back on it. So it drops the price even more. And you get a lot of really great products at that price. And so it goes back to you're spending a couple bucks per towel to try something. Take the time, spend something to get it, get an idea. And then if you're ready to purchase large quantities or you need a kit or maybe there wasn't a towel that in that kit that you wanted to try that you really wanted to and maybe you heard something about, let us know. We want to know that stuff so we can, help you out and help you guys make the best decision. But again, you got, we'll scratch your back, but you got to scratch ours. Plain and simple.
Just plain realistic. That's how it works. What I wanted to segue to, though, was, because this is coming out on Tuesday, August 15th, on Wednesday, sometime in the afternoon, we will have a sale going out, clearance and sale. So that's something you're going to want to look out for, and those are going to be some big deals. So if you're listening to this later and you missed it, I'm sorry, but if you're listening to this on Tuesday, I hope you are. Share with your friends too. Let them know. Yeah, get ready for Wednesday afternoon because you'll see some new stuff popping up on the site there and some cool discounts. just thought
Yep.
we want to give you a heads up. If you're listening to this, we want to hook you up with that. So
Yeah, we got to make room because we got so many new things coming.
so
that are in
many
the pipeline.
things. Yeah.
So we're getting rid of some of the older stuff, some of our clearance items and things like that. I mean, we've got, I think kerpluffles are coming up on it too.
Yeah, there's going to be a
There's gonna be
special
some
deal involving those
bundles
kerpluffles
of
because
what's left of the kerpluffles that
people
we
went
have.
nuts for those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna bring the kerpluffle back just for till it sells out of stock,
Very briefly.
and once it's gone, it's completely gone. So get ready Wednesday for that. That'll be pretty rad. And then what else we got?
We are adding more international distributors. Unfortunately, I can't say what or who or anything like
yeah.
that, but I was just told that you guys will be happy to know there should be some new international distributors on the horizon.
Yep, I've been working with a few of the guys and so we're excited to get there. So some of you that have emailed and said, why aren't you shipping out here? We're on our way, guys. It's a long process.
They don't happen overnight.
No, and a lot of it is we've got to make sure that they one that's a real company, a real person.
You can't just commit to the first, person from said country that says, "Yeah, I can do that," and then they just take it and run.
We need to do a background and make sure that they're, that they've got their own setup and that they've got an area to handle all this volume. They have to be able to purchase a certain amount from us.
There's vetting in place. Plus,
there's a lot of things, especially when we go to a country, when we've got to buy out a whole country, basically.
Yeah.
We don't do exclusivities on certain areas just because we think they're too big or there's already certain groups already out. But on other ones we do. And when we do exclusives, we do go with the company name on most of those. So that way it's the rag company.
At least the brand, the rag company is represented. Whatever
very well.
distributor may be there.
So we're working our way. We're trying to go into the Southern Hemisphere now. So to those of you that are down there that need the majesty of TRC, we're
Hold
coming.
on tight, guys. We're coming. As far as that goes, I mean that's the other thing. Like we wouldn't want to just have any old distributor. You want to build a business relationship with distributors that have a good reputation, that treat their customers right, that in a way that we would want to treat ours, and they're knowledgeable about what they have to offer and helpful. Because that's the other thing. If you're reaching out to a place and they ignore you, I mean that's not good business.
We look for guys that are a lot like us and like ourselves, and so we always want to try and make sure that they're eschewing the same values we are.
Right.
I guess you could say that they're very similar because we are basically creating sister companies.
Yeah.
And so they all need to get along. They all need to be friends with each other.
Well, and that's another thing. If you're in a particular country that isn't covered yet and you know of a good business that does cover a lot of places and we just maybe aren't aware of it, feel free to send us an email and say, hey, I'd really love if you guys were at least to talk to this company in my country that I think would be a good fit for you guys.
Yeah. And if we don't
we're happy to talk at the very least.
Yeah, and if we don't have a distributor in that country and you need to get towels and you want to use our towels, call us, email us, let us know. We can ship anywhere in the world.
Internationally, especially, if you got a business or something like that. Larger quantities, obviously, you can work out better rates.
The more that you buy, the cheaper it is. So if you want to buy a lot, that helps us out a bunch.
But it also helps you.
But it helps you. It brings your price down. We've got a guy in Australia that's been slowly purchasing our products.
Yep.
He's not buying a lot, but he's buying them for his shop,
Mm-hmm.
and he's using them for himself. And he's selling a couple items to his customers when they come into his detail shop. But he took the plunge and made an initial investment on some products, and we set it all up. I gave him the pricing and the cases, and we tried to work the best we could on pricing to help him out the best we could. But his goal was, he's like, well, I just want to start. I want to be affiliated with you guys. I like everything that you do online. I like everything that you do with social media, and I just want to be able to help. Now, he's not a full-fledged distributor.
Right.
He's a wholesaler. So, we've got different groups and different levels and things. So we've got, guys all over the country that are starting, or all over the world that are starting to figure this out. And, you can buy a case. You can buy 2 cases.
You can buy wholesale off our site today.
Yeah, you just got to pay for the shipping on it. And that's we can come up with a shipping quote for you.
And that's for
Based on
international.
all that. That's
by
for
the way.
international, because lower 48, it's free shipping on the wholesale site.
Even on the cases, yep.
So,
So for those of you who have been kind of on the fence, like maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, once you know that, it makes it a pretty easy decision.
it makes it nice. So, but I'm really looking forward to getting some action shots done this week and
Yeah.
getting that cool weather. And maybe we can. What we should do is we should all just wash our cars and then.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see my swirly Miata.
Yeah. We can demo stuff. Get to
Yeah.
see the Elantra. Ooh, look out.
Oh yeah, the Elantra. If you haven't heard about it, you will on this podcast regularly.
Yeah.
That's Levi's thing.
That's my little commuter.
He's got a sticker on his Tumblr of
My
the
car.
Elantra. Just so you're aware. All right. Well, Anthony, any final words?
No, I think that's it. I think we probably should start getting back to work. I mean,
Yeah.
we are working.
I mean, we have
but
fun doing this, but we should also get
Yeah,
back.
we should also
So-
get back to work. So.
All right. Well, that's our morning. That's our afternoon, and we hope you guys enjoy it. And we will be back here again next week to fill you in on what's going on then.
Stay cool and make sure you guys are putting on sunscreen. If you haven't, you probably should.
There's a health and safety detox you should listen to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Please wear sunscreen, guys. Don't get
Please.
sunburned. And those of you that have been out for a long time, seriously, I'm not making it up. Sunscreen. 'Cause
Don't let it cost you.
It's going to catch up to you. So that's
All right.
it. Have
That's
fun.
it, yeah.
Adios. Have a good one. Till next time. This is the Rag Company Podcast and the main show. Take care.
See ya.